Hey guys, so today we're going to be going over basically doing a custom faceplate for the PS4. If you look online, you'll see that the selections really are pretty small. I've tried looking and I can't really find the colored ones anymore. I know there were some videos on YouTube that showed OEM ones in blue, red, and then we have the few designs from Little Big Planet and The Order and a few other games, and to me they just looked kind of too busy, I guess. So I'm gonna go over the procedure that I used. It didn't take me that long. All in all, it took maybe less than 2 hours, and that includes the drying time. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so what we have here is just a basic reference Sony jet black, matte black PS4. Just reference picture, took it from the web. Your PS4 can be red, blue, orange, purple, yellow, whatever color it is, which I don't think they make those OEM now that I think about it. But if you have a white one, and you want to do maybe like a white and black theme, or you have, say, the Batman edition or the Destiny edition, whatever one you have, we'll just use this reference picture. So just use your imagination here, folks. So at the top, you'll see in the upper right, there's the little PlayStation logo. Now, I'm assuming that you know how to replace your hard drive here. If you don't, feel free to Google, YouTube it, because there's tons of videos on that. We're not going to cover that in this one. Maybe I'll make one in the future. So you're just going to take your left and your right palms, basically. Place your right hand on the PS logo, left one on the opposite end, and if you just push upward a little bit with a little bit of force, it'll come right off. It just kind of like slides out, and you should be able to just pretty much take it off. Stuff you're gonna need for this, what I used was a sheet, like a twin size bed sheet that I didn't need anymore, and I also grabbed some newspaper. Because I live in a colder area, I kind of opted to do it inside. I just opened a few windows. So after you do that, you're going to want to make sure that obviously your hands are clean. There's no sort of dust flying around or anything, or any particles, because that stuff can actually get on it once you start to paint. If you have a pet, like I do, I have a dog who sheds, just make sure they're not anywhere in the area, because if you like I said, once you start painting, that hair will just go on your paint job, and then you're basically going to have to start all over. Wash it off with some warm soap and water. Make sure that whatever dust, grime is on there, make sure that stuff is gone, because we want to make sure that once we start to prime it, you don't have to worry about all that stuff, all that residue that's going to be stuck underneath the prime. You want a nice solid paint job basically once you're done. So I went to my local hardware store and I got, was it 500 grit, I believe, and some primer and some spray paint. So you'll see those coming up in this section now. Okay guys, so here we go. We have some 3M Pro Grade Precision sandpaper, basically. Excuse me, it's 400 grit, so don't get 500, get 400. I just got this from like a Reddit post. So what I did was I took the sandpaper and I just went over my faceplate about 3 or 4 times. After I did that, I went ahead and I just washed it off again with warm soap water, and I let it dry for about 20 minutes. Now once that was done, it looked pretty shitty when I thought I messed it up, but I was hopeful that after I primed it and painted it, it would come out the way I wanted to. So I went ahead, I let it dry, I put it down on a newspaper, all that good stuff. I got the primer, and I gave about maybe a foot or so of space, because you don't want to, when you're spray painting, you don't want to spray paint too close, because if you do, it's just it's not gonna look right, and it gets too watery, I guess. It'll look really shitty. Make sure you have enough space and just go in motions, left to right, left to right, left to right, until it's evenly done. Now you don't have to worry about getting it all done in one shot because I gave mine 2 coats. So I went over it once. Once I saw that it was kind of done on all sides, I let it dry. I let it dry for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It was pretty warm in my place, so I guess it did dry pretty fast. After that, I hit it again with another coat. And this is basically, we're talking primer coat first. Once you're done with the primer coat and it's all dry and everything, you can go ahead and hit it with whatever color you want. I opted to get red. You can get blue or white or yellow. They have like glossy and camouflage colors. So I just grabbed it from my local Home Depot. Same thing, left to right, left to right, left to right. Once that's done, you can just go ahead and let it dry. I really wanted to put it on to see how it was going to look on my PS4, but I didn't because I figured with all the heat that comes out of the PS4, it would just start to like melt the paint, so I didn't do that. So just go ahead, let it dry, give some time, watch some TV, do whatever you got to do, run in there and come back. Once you're done, if it looks good, you can go ahead and replace it on your PS4. And if you're happy with the end result, you can keep it. If not, you can always sand it down again, take all the paint off, and then give it another attempt. I kind of got way too much sandpaper. I only needed like 1 sheet, and what I bought came with like 4 sheets, so you definitely don't need that much. You could get away with 1 sheet. All in all, if you look at the price for a Sony PS4 faceplate, it's roughly about $14.99, give or take, if you pay tax in your state or not. And for me, it was about the same. I think the price for spray paint and primer was $3.97 plus tax, and then you had the sandpaper, which was about $5. So after tax, I mean, it was close to $15, so almost the same price that you could have just paid just to get one done. But for me, I felt like it's kind of unique. I did it myself. It kind of made my PS4 stand out a bit more because prior to this, I had a limited edition white PS4, but unfortunately it died on me, so I had to kind of scrape it for parts and all that stuff, but that's another story for another time. So yeah, I think that if you do something like maybe a yellow or a blue, depending on how your setup is, your home theater setup, the paint of your room or whatever, if you want to go that far, I think it can really make your area stand out. And that was kind of the whole point. Now I put it on my home entertainment center, and I'm kind of like, yeah, wow, that kind of looks kind of cool, Also goes with the red controller that I got. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna now show you the end results, and you guys can judge for yourself. Alright, so here we go. That's the finished product. Again, I just had the OEM jet black PS4. My faceplate wasn't glossy, it was just kind of a matte black finish on it. So I don't really know how much that's gonna affect the paint job if you try and do it on a glossy edition, because when I was thinking about it, I was just like, yeah, if it was glossy, I might have had a bit more trouble, but I'm glad I didn't. So anyone who wants to tackle this, again, it's not really that hard. It's not going to cost you that much money. If anything, it's going to cost you more of your time, because it's going to take about an hour or 2, 3 maybe, depending if you really want to get all the corners, edges done correctly. I didn't need paint tape. I didn't use any of that blue paint tape because I felt I didn't need it. And also, I should probably note that I didn't paint the underside of it. I felt that I didn't really need to, because you're not going to see that. If you notice on the opposite end of it, you'll see that I didn't paint that top side either. I didn't paint the side that's next to the red side. It's still black. I wanted it to stay like that for a reason. Also, if you want to snap that end off, you have to take your stickers off, and that'll void your warranty. And this PS4 is only like less than a month old, so I wasn't quite ready to do that yet. I can take the stickers off with a heat gun and put them back, and you wouldn't even notice. But I just felt that for right now, it does the job, and I was happy with the end result. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions about it, just comment below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you soon. Thanks. Take care.